Good evening. I know I haven't posted one of these in like a week or so, so I do apologize, but nothing last week was all that great. Um, and I think we can um, deduct why that probably was, given that if we look on a higher time frame, something like this, or I guess we go to like the 6 hour. Last week was from here to yes here. We had our reversal or accumulation and our manipulation. And our manipulation here was very static. It was also FOMC week, so that I think kind of threw off the whole thing because I was trying to figure out the XAMD or AMDX structure for last week and nothing was really lining up. This week though has been a lot better. I did take a trade today, and I posted it on X and I talked about it um, on the Discord. Uh, let's go ahead and go over the um, the basic things that I missed. It was like really, I'd say the main thing is that I screwed up my stop loss placement. Like again, I don't know if you guys remember, but 2 weeks ago I did the exact same thing where I messed up the stop loss placement, and I got like barely stopped out. Like I moved my stop loss too fast, and then I got barely stopped out, and then um it went in my direction. I entered again. I did the exact same thing today. So we have, let's go and just get our quarter levels drawn out here. That's our midnight. Those are 6, and those are noon. Beautiful. So I was trying to figure out what we were going to do, and what I've noticed in the last 3 weeks is Tuesday is always manipulation. So I kind of just assumed the same thing would happen today, and I was assuming we would get some kind of manipulation. So using the silver bullet indicator, I deduced that we had this right here. So if you go ahead and look at this midnight fair value gap, and then you go and look at MES, and you look at its midnight fair value gap, it's not showing it because I don't have silver bullet on here. I just don't have it applied at the moment. But if you look at the midnight fair value gap over here, this is midnight, and we have that bearish fair value gap is filled, which was my key for like manipulation into our bearish move that we had for the rest of the day. So that kind of told me a lot, just inherently. That was very telling. And then beyond that, on a lower time frame, this high right over here was this one swept? No, this one was not swept. So we had an SMT with that high right there, which is what I was looking for. So we had that. We had SMTs with original highs just on the 5 minute, and then we also filled a bearish fair value gap that we didn't fill on MNQ, which is a specific type of SMT. If you want to learn that, I would suggest going and watching Fearing. On top of that, that's really all I needed to see. So one thing that I did do is right here, this is a low time frame SMT, like on the 1 minute, because if you look on MES, at that exact same time, we made lower highs. Oh no, sorry, it was right here. So from 10:02 to 10:07, we had a high to a higher high, whereas on MNQ from 10:02 to 10:07, we had yeah, just that right there. I already had it marked out. We had a lower low, so I went ahead and dropped down to the 15-second, and on the 15-second, all I needed was a return to a I must have entered on an order block or something in here, and then I got stopped out when we hit this high. I lost like $100 or whatever. And so that was kind of just stupid on my part. I should have just waited for the 1 minute entry as I have been doing, because I don't know, I kind of like that. We then, and if you keep in mind these are all smooth edges as well, which is not what we want to see, then we have this jagged edge right here. We make that SMT with this midnight fair value gap and the previous high, and then we go ahead and we have, excuse me, this was not the CISD. I mean, I guess you could count it, but this was proper. This was the more proper CISD, and we had a market structure shift at the same time. But if you look at the distance from that high down to where I wanted to enter at the close of this candle, that's 66.5 points. So I wasn't really willing to take that. So what I did is I waited for it to retrace to a reasonable level, which was this order block right here. We returned to it. I entered right here, and I literally just watched it like start carrying down, which was awesome. We just started going down, and then we started having this retrace. I was like, okay, retrace, maybe, whatever. But my entry was right here, and I don't know why, but I just placed my stop loss right here. Like, there was no reason. Like, I can't think of any reason why I would place it right here. I just wanted it a little bit below my entry so that if I did get stopped out, it was a little bit in profit, so I didn't have to worry about slippage. But I way overcompensated, and I placed it exactly at 30,000. And rough numbers are like, or I guess round numbers are like seeked out in terms of liquidity. So that doesn't surprise me that I then got absolutely mauled in order flow. The order flow then went and took me out at 30,000. I mean, the high of this candle I think is 30,000. I literally got like to the tick stopped out. It was really sad because then I was like, oh well, if it reverses, I won't be mad. And then it kept like plummeting down. I was like, are we joking? I think this has to be a joke. And then I re-entered on this order block right here. So I missed. Let's see. I missed. Yeah, I missed 96 points, so I missed just under $200 worth of price action, which makes me pretty sad, but it is what it is. I made up for it after I entered right here, put my stop losses right here, and I just targeted news low. The reason that I was able to target this news low is we had U of M, a variety of different news statistics coming out at 7:45 or 9:45 Eastern Standard Time, so this high was accounted for on all indices, but this low wasn't. So I was like, well, I've already lost some money today and I just want to make up for that and get some profit. So there's no reason for me to target the sell side liquidity, even though the sell side liquidity was my main draw on liquidity. From that, all we really need is, if you wanted to target that, you totally could have. So what we had right here was, this looks like market maker sell model where we hit a point of interest. We come down first stage of, I think that's distribution. Then we come down, hit the second level. And then we didn't have a second stage of reaccumulation. But yeah, that was my trade today. That was really all it encompassed. It was this first loss trade, and then this trade that got stopped out literally to the tick, and then I re-entered on this order block right here and carried it down to news lows. So I caught I think it was like 180 points. Yeah, just over 180 points on the Discord. So that was available to everybody, and so are the indicators as usual. Beyond that, if we go into our quarterly theory, and all of our entries were above the true session open. Just want to throw that out there. Now I'm going to go ahead and drop pretty much all of these indicators so that we can just look at just want to get rid of all that. Anyways, whatever. If we go ahead and look on the 1 minute here, the quarterly structure for today was not ideal in terms of I don't even know what to call this. I don't know if we want to call this X, because I don't know if this is really reversal, but I don't know if we can call this manipulation either. So I don't know if we could call this accumulation. So I had a hard time with all this, because if this is manipulation, that means this is accumulation and this is distribution. So I don't know, it didn't line up super well, and we don't have any huge news events later this week, so I didn't really know what we were reacting off of, which kind of sucked, but not totally sure about that. Beyond that, if we go ahead and we look at the week so far, what it looks like we had Monday was accumulation. Today, I think we hit manipulation. But it looks like we're hitting manipulation to the downside, which is not what I was expecting. What I wanted to see was manipulation to the upside. We have these relative equal highs right here, and I want to see distribution to this sell side liquidity down here. It's kind of where I want to see us go. Seeing that we have this big bearish move, if we go ahead and we turn on our high time frame candles and we just turn on the weekly, this is basically where we're at. We opened up here, went to the upside, and then, but I mean, this is only like, it's only like 220 points. I don't want to say that this is manipulation. I don't know how accurate that is. So I don't really know how I'm feeling about the week. I want to be super bearish on the week, just personally. I want to be as bearish as possible. I see us coming down, hitting these relative equal lows. This low that wasn't taken out by M&Q 2 weeks ago. That's kind of where I'm at with that. I want to see this be an open high-low close where we had our open, we had our high, we SMT'd super hard. We didn't take out those all-time highs. If you look here, here we did take out these all-time highs. Oh no, I guess we didn't. I don't think we did. Yeah, SMT here, and then MNQ is the closest to taking out all-time highs. But we had this huge SMT, which makes us very bearish. We SMT'd, which is manipulation in my opinion. But that was coming into this week, so I don't know. Because in my opinion, we had all-time high manipulation in this week, which is why we had that huge sell-off and then accumulation, which is now why I think we're getting that sell-off in the final week, where we can call this XAMD, manipulation, distribution to the downside, and I want to see us take out that sell-side liquidity. That's kind of what I'm, like, looking for at the moment. I don't really have a whole lot else besides that. I don't really have anything else. Going into tomorrow, I want to say that this was accumulation, this was manipulation, therefore tomorrow's distribution. But if not, that means we have X, and today was accumulation, but today does not look like accumulation, therefore I have to assume that it's AMDX. So we have accumulation, manipulation, but I don't want to say that this was manipulation, this singular wick. I think that's more likely that we had accumulation, manipulation of this low maybe, but we didn't SMT on that, and we just filled in this old NWOG. So I'm thinking that manipulation, maybe distribution to the upside, and X, we can have a reversal to the downside. Maybe that's what we're looking for. We'll see, but did well today, caught like 180 points. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to trade tomorrow because I have stuff I have to do, but I will try trading while I'm in the car. But I will see you all on the next one. I did not video this morning's trade, which is why it's not posted on X in terms of like a screen recorded video on my phone. But tis what it is, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good one.